As of March 12th, Nigerians investors have lost 107 naira, which is a lot of money. And unfortunately, like you said, because of the volatility of the market right now, because of external influences, that's the problem. But there are still some shares that are standing very strong.
Donald Trump says to the America that they are not done with Iran yet. What that means, it's only the God of heaven that can explain that. So as long as the war situation remains, a lot of things are going to happen.
This is Souq Business Landscape. This is where you are meant to be this beautiful Thursday morning. My name is Chooks, John Rogers Chooks. Today on SBL, we'll be looking at the market, NGX. What's happening is international issues also affecting our stock. What's the floor saying? You need to be here to really find out. Yes, we've had some decline in the past few days, but that still does not stop some other major shares from gaining. And people are still taking profit as we speak. Also, the Naira is also at the receiving end. A whole lot is happening internationally and is affecting the market. Naira has not been spared. Then we'll also get to ask you exactly why are we having a surge in the amount of import for textile? We're thinking and shouting and calling on revival of our textile mill, but as we speak, that surge is still ongoing and is on the rise. We'll get to talk a lot about it. Then, hey, we woke up this morning and Iran, US, Israel is still at it, holding each other's neck. But as we speak, oil prices are still going to be impacted because of what happened between last night and this morning. We'll get to bring that on the table and we'll talk about it. I'm not alone on the table today. Please, Your Excellencies, join me as I welcome the beautiful one, Swift. Good morning.
Good morning, Chooks. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
It's nice to see you. And I tell you that today is a perfect day to make progress and be positive. So whatever you do, be positive and make progress. We are going to dissect and dilute issues on SBL today. It's going to be a fantastic time. Get ready to be blown away.
Definitely a fantastic time. Yes, the Oracle will be joining us via Zoom. Dr. Idahosa will join us via Zoom. Say, hey, it promises to be a very good, rounded one. I hope we'll get to argue at some point and disagree. I just like to do that. Hey, Doc, good morning. Have you joined us yet?
Good morning, Chooks. Good to see you this morning.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Swift.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. It's nice
out there,
to see
good
you.
morning. Good for this good return.
Yes, it's the coming. It's the second coming.
Yes. I hope it will not kill Mongo Park.
We hope it will. Well done, sir.
You're welcome. Let's get straight to our first story for today. It has to be with the market watch. Now, Nigerian All-Share Index edges slower amid slower trading. Nigerian All-Share Index closed slightly lower on March 11th, yesterday, 2026, falling 0.09% to 195,898.5 points. Now, this represented a decline of 167.6 points from previous close of 96,066.1 points. Now, it's pushing the index below the 196,000 point mark as market activity slowed. Daily trading volume decreased to 671 million shares, down from 746 million shares recorded in the prior season. Market analysts are also attributing the mild decline to reduced investor appetite and cautious trading ahead of incoming and upcoming economic data releases. Yeah, a lot of people are looking at this. But let's look at the bigger picture. Iran, Israel, and the US is impacting everything. And people are not just being cautious. A whole lot of movement is hedging and going to the precious metals, gold to be precise. And if you also know, our market is very, very open to foreign investment. And we're going to see a whole lot of this happen from time to time. We just want this war to end as fast as possible. 125.75 trillion. That's what our capitalization stood as of end of trading yesterday.
Okay, so according to statistics, as of March 12th, Nigerians investors have lost 107 billion naira, which is a lot of money. And unfortunately, like you said, because of the volatility of the market right now, because of external external influences. That's the problem. But there are still some shares that are standing very strong. Dangote shares are standing strong. BAU shares are standing strong. The ones that are shaky, insurance is not standing very strong. Some of the microfinances, there's pressure on some of the microfinance banking and some of the smaller consumer goods. But like we say, external influences. Our naira has not been doing very well against the dollar of late. There was an increase from 103 or 100 and 300 and something to 100 and about 1,400 from 1,300 and something. So that has also affected the stock market because there was this information from some powers that be, some big boy investors, that the naira was going to drop to about 800. So people were starting to put some kind of monies, capitalization and all that. And suddenly, instead of the naira dropping as promised, the naira has risen. Now, with this fear of your brothers who have gone to war, America, Iraq, your cousins, Russia, all these people that are playing these games, we expected that if the situation in Nigeria, if the government had put in some right shocks, our naira was not supposed to be affected because right now crude is selling more than the 60 naira per barrel benchmark, 64 naira per barrel benchmark that the Nigerian government had marked. But unfortunately, it's not still telling on our naira. We expected that with this, normally the naira is supposed to have boosted a lot against the dollar, and we should be seeing the 800 naira right now, as Dangote and Otedola and other big businessmen had said that was going to happen by March. But look at March right now. Instead, it has risen 100 naira above. But of course, the government and other financial school of thoughts are still saying, look, this is just temporary. The dollar is still going to drop drastically against the naira, and the economy is still going to be boosted. So it's a shaky situation for everybody. Just put your stocks in consumer goods, which don't go anywhere. But any other thing like a bit of insurance, those funny things that can be easily affected, networks that can be easily affected by anything external, you need to be very careful with it. So that's my take.
Fear not. Fear not. that's major thing. Let's get to see top gainers. The NGX group itself, NGX Group PLC, they gained 10%. Those guys are still waxing strong. Then Premier Paint, 9.92%. Then we also have Almatech, the computer people. They had a profit of 8.98. Then the top losers, we had Presco, we had UAC, and Marisim. But most active shares throughout yesterday was Weber Bank, 106.36 million units traded, giving 2.75 billion naira. Then Access Holding and Aradel, they are not slowing down. Doc, we are coming to you now. As a seasoned player on the floor of the exchange, do you think people should worry, or we should just look forward to the ending of the conflict outside and things stabilizing?
I was going to say congratulations, Chooks, because I saw that Bitcoin was going very high. And some of you are praying that this conflict never ends. You are profiting from the war economy, and that is so massive. But I don't think what's happening in the NGS is something that's unusual. I've always said this, that's the way market plays. We go to market at different times, depending on what is happening. And if the graph is going up, then there'll be a need to be afraid because some things are not doing right. It's just like your normal trading. If you sell an article in the shop, you will find that your sales are not going to be even. Sometimes you have higher sales, sometimes you have lower sales, depending on the consumer purchasing power and the rest of it put together. But we cannot also rule away the cautious optimism of the fact that a lot of people are afraid because we don't know exactly where we are at the moment, how long this crisis in the Middle East is going to last. Donald Trump says to the America that they are not done with Iran yet. What that means, it's only the God of heaven that can explain that. So as long as the war situation remains, a lot of things are going to happen. Don't forget that, of course, energy crisis has spiked. And that, of course, also have taken a lot of money from people's pocket. People will be thinking survival at the moment and not investment because of the inflation that is following the crisis that is happening in the Middle East. The Hormuz channel, of course, that has been blocked also affected the prices of oil and gas. And now we have indication that, of course, America is trying to clear the place to see whether vessels can move. Pending all that happened, everybody is cautious because we don't know whether we are at the biblical prophecy of the end of the age. People are quite very, very anxious because we don't know where we're going. This may affect the sentiment of some low risk or low appetite risk investors. So all those things affect the market. But by and large, I think for those who are wise and that are playing deep in the market, it is when things like this are happening that, of course, you can actually put in more resources and make more money.
Okay, for those that need to know, Doc has given his 2 cents, which happens to be one of those good times when wisdom will prevail. Fear not. Fear not. Don't be the younger version of Swift.
Why are
Swift,
we no?
Swift likes to go in, make profit, and run out.
No, but you know, I don't play with my profits. If it's not mutual funds, if it's not something that is safe, like all of you that are doing Bitcoin, I go for gold. Anything that is secure, anything that except the world crashes, I can't lose money on. So, but he likes to, he's a typical businessman. He likes to put his hands and he's adventurous. Please be like me. Don't be like Doc and Chooks.
Okay. While we try to be us, I want to tell us we don't need to trade with fear. We don't need to push narrative that will put fear in people's mind. It's just the climate and it will stabilize.